What's up, guys? Today I wanted to talk about the Mimic versus the Prototype because I've been seeing some stupid people saying some stupid things about this fight. So I wanted to come on my YouTube channel and talk about who would actually win and scale them. So let's get started. I'm going to talk about the Prototype first because there was just a lot less of stuff that he did in Chapter 5. To start, I'm going to talk about one of the main feats. It's from the boss fight. Prototype in this boss fight is able to break through train glass and train metal, which should scale to HO scale or HO scale. And by the looking at the train, he broke the top, which looks really weak, so that would probably be really low wall level, but me being generous, I'll just put that at wall level. And for the speed for this part, he was able to catch up with the train within seconds after the train is going, which would scale to superhuman or barely subsonic. And for durability / endurance, he takes a minor explosion and catches on fire and is still able to catch up to the train, so he just basically no-sells it. This feat was calculated to be wall level since it didn't really do any environmental damage, and it wasn't really a big explosion. It's the part everybody has been talking about. The Prototype, after we escape, the train crashes into him, and he just stands up and chases us and stabs us through the heart. This damn train crash has been glazed so much. It turns out he was hit from the back, so it wasn't the most damage he could possibly take, and this was calculated to be wall plus the small building level. And it turns out I did some research and I watched Unknown's video. Go check him out. It turns out that train crashes are usually small building level. So it just makes the Prototype seem even weaker than he already is. No, I'm not saying the Prototype is super weak, but I'll get onto that later. Huggy Wuggy is obviously wall level plus because he broke many walls during Poppy Playtime Chapter 5, indented metal, and even broke the metal door that you're seeing right now. So, and since the Prototype is narratively stronger than all the other toys, and after what I've already told you, he scales to around wall plus the small building level. And for speed, the Prototype really just scales to superhuman speed and rarely subsonic if you really want to glaze him. Now it's time for the man, the myth, the legend, the Mimic. I'm going to start with his strength first, and then I'll go to speed, and then I'll go to durability / endurance. What I did for the Prototype. For strength, the Mimic is able to break through metal vents, hold open metal elevators, hold up a metal catwalk, balcony thing. He's also able to crush bones with ease and crush human skulls. Also able to hold up a metal door like a security door from FNAF 1 that is shutting. Would put those feats at wall plus. And for speed, the Mimic crushes Kelly's body in a nanosecond. If you also want to scale him off Mexis, Perception Blitzing, Cassie, then you could also do that, which is supersonic. Realize this entire video I've been saying supersonic when it's subsonic, but he easily scales the subsonic and likely higher, so we're just going to say that he scales the subsonic. The Mimic has so much durability and endurance for the next part. He was put in Molten Steel and no-sold it, which was scaled to building plus, and then he also survived an earthquake, which could be scaled to City Block, but since he is not City Block level, it was just building level. And he also potentially fended off the Tangle, and the Tangle probably just scales to building plus. So overall, the strength for the Mimic is basically wall level to building level, and his speed is subsonic to probably even higher. So overall, the Mimic scales to around building plus, and maybe even a little bit more than that. So overall, this isn't really a question. This is a spoiler because the prototype only scales to wall plus the small building level, and the Mimic scales to building plus the medium building. So the Mimic literally low diffs the prototype, and people need to stop glazing the prototype. And this is no hate to Poppy Playtime, because Poppy Playtime is one of my favorite games ever, but I'm just saying that the prototype is getting low diffed, if not negative diffed. That's all for today. Goodbye, and my next fight will be Shadow Bonnie versus Puppet.